Hey everyone, what's up? Hope you're all doing well. I realize it's been a while since I've given everyone an update on what's going on in game, and I wanted to give a couple quick updates on some things that are happening this week as well. So first things first, I will not be able to stream Tuesday this week at my usual time just because our family schedule kind of got shuffled around a little bit. So not a huge deal, but I'll be around on Friday for the first ever Lost City of Gold, which I am really excited about. Also, we are only about 10 or 15 subs away from 2K, so that's really exciting. And so to celebrate 2K subs within the next couple of weeks here, I'm not sure exactly when, we'll be doing a fun Among Us stream with everyone just to kind of play and hang out as a community. So that'll be super fun. I'll keep everyone posted with what that's going to look like going forward. So without further ado, something that I wanted to talk about and something I've been kind of debating in my own gameplay recently is setting some more goals. It feels like once tier 10 dropped, that was kind of like the big exciting thing and new ascension lines and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't know necessarily what goals were going to be in game, what things were going to look like. And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you all what that's looking like and some goals that I'm going to be making for this account going forward. And so kind of a thought has been, I mean, I've got the majority of stuff unlocked. I'm kind of reaching super late game, and so setting goals is important just for like keeping motivation up, but also just wanting to kind of lay out what it would look like for me to quote unquote finish the game. Now, of course, we know that there's new content coming in November and December with 2 new workers and a basement. So there will be some more stuff to play through and some new stuff coming into game. So that's really exciting. We want to be prepared for that, but also set some goals in the meantime. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through all of the goals that I've set for myself, the things that I've completed recently, and what it's going to look like for me to kind of finish things off here. So we'll be jumping back and forth from the actual game and then going to another page as well. So let's move over here and show you what this looks like. So a lot of us have similar goals in this game. When you start an account, there is obviously end game goals that you want to complete. So for example, you want all 9 shop expansions. That's obvious. You want your shop to be full size, all 80 furniture slots, all 8 market slots, all 12 crafting slots, all 25 hero slots. So all of that's been completed for months. I've had those for a very long time. So that's all been off the list for quite a while. Next is max energy at 8,144, and I finished that in a video a few months ago. One of my favorite ones. It was an awesome time. And then the next thing was bin upgrades, and I didn't necessarily need to have 5 of each bin all maxed at level 15, but I did set a goal for myself of having level 14 or above in 4 tier 1s, 3 tier 2s, and 5 tier 3s, and so that is completed as well. So we're going to turn all of those red, and so all of those are completed. Those are done. If you look in my shop, see me play, that's all finished. So what does next look like? Well, I wanted to get level 80, as everybody knows, and that got hit about a month ago. And so that was like a huge thing that I really wanted to do 100% free to play. Didn't spend any money until we hit level 80. At level 80, the 8th quest slot was unlocked with gold, and so I spent the 300 million gold to unlock the 8th quest slot. Recently, as you know, on Tuesday last week, we finished all chest blueprints, dropped about 11,000 gems to finish that off. So all chest blueprints were unlocked last week, and as well, all item lines ascended to 15 stars, got finished the week before that. So all of those are now red as well. All right, so let's jump back in game. So as you can see, all 9 expansions, 80 out of 80 slots. For some reason I'm missing one. All 12 crafting slots, all of the market slots are open, all 8 of the quest slots, all 25 heroes are unlocked. So basically everything that could be unlocked in game is finished. All of the ascension lines to 15 stars or 11 stars for the last 3 for the energy discount, which was a huge goal of mine, and working on these 5 lines to get up as high as I possibly can. And if you look at chests, I have all chest blueprints as well finished. 6 out of 6, 6 out of 6, 6 out of 6, etc. All right, so let's jump back over. So what do things look like going forward? What are my goals now? What am I kind of leaning towards at this time? So new goals. I want to get all pet skins unlocked. I've got 5 out of 6 of all of the pets completed. I'm not talking about the gem unlocked ones. I'm talking about the ones that you have to feed a hamster 120 times to unlock that skin. I'm done all the dogs, all the frogs, all the unicorns, etc. And I've only got cats left. And so I'll be working on that, but that's just something that I wanted to get completed. Really, it's just a matter of time, but wanted to get it done. Every item mastered in the game. So we jump back over here in terms of mastering. Every single item except for these 2 are on their final leg of milestones. They're all just on quality chance, and I've got 29 items to go, and we've mastered every single item in the game, including chest and tier 10s. So we're getting really close to having that completed, which is really exciting. Next thing is Lost City of Gold Plus completed. Obviously, brand new event coming on Friday, which I'll be streaming. So I'm looking forward to having that completed. There will be a new component called Opulent Jewels, a brand new blueprint, and some new stuff to play through. So I'm really looking forward to playing through that on the weekend. Find final blueprints during King's Caprice. So what I mean by that is that when you look at the Ascensions, this is at 42 stars. I want to get it to 45 stars for the 5% bonus gold for gloves, but I don't have enough blueprints. There's one blueprint that's over 6 months old that I can get from King's Caprice. I haven't found it yet, but when I get it, I can get 45 stars. And the same with bows, I can get 45 stars here as well. So I'll be looking for those 2 final blueprints. These ones are still quite a ways away. So we're looking for 2 key blueprints when we get King's Caprice again next month. Next is Basement Fully Expanded. Obviously, when that comes in November, that'll be priority 1 of getting that thing unlocked and fully expanded. No idea what it'll cost, what it looks like, any idea at all, but looking forward to that. And then, of course, new workers unlocked come December, and figuring out moonstones and how to optimize those, make guides on it, that sort of thing. But that's pretty much it. So that's new goals. And then the last thing that's really a huge goal that I want to get completed is investment goals. So let's talk about investment goals and what that looks like. Basically, in game, every single building for each person, in order to get to level 18 buildings, which is the highest that you're going to get to unless everybody has a ridiculous amount, billions and billions in certain buildings. Level 18 is kind of like ultra endgame, where everyone has between 1.5 and 4.7 billion invested in every single building. And so in order to get that, you need 936 ticks in each building. That's why we see 936, 936, 936, 936 in a lot of these buildings. And a lot of them will be very similar to that, 936, 936. Now there's different amounts depending on the tier. There's 3 different tiers of buildings: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. 1.58 billion is for tier 1, and then tier 2 for 936 is 3.1 billion, and then for a tier 3, if we find 936, we're looking at 4.7 billion. So those are the numbers that each person needs to get to level 18 buildings. And so that's really important for end game investment goals, is that having 936 ticks in each building allows your entire guild to have level 18 buildings. And so for me, that's a huge personal goal to get to that. And as well, another goal that I've had is having an even spread in Town Hall. Obviously, there's people with 147 billion in Town Hall, like a lot more than me. I only have 21.8 billion. Same thing with Training Hall. Obviously, some people have a lot more than I do, and I've only got 6 billion. And so having an even amount in those, for me, it's just a personal goal to say, okay, I'm not being carried. I'm carrying the equal weight that these buildings need, so that nobody else is carrying more than they need to. Obviously, it doesn't matter. They're at max, and we have guildmates who are carrying a ton of it. But just for me as a personal goal, I would really love to say I have an account with an even spread in every single building. All right, so that's a bit of an explanation, and let me show you what that looks like. So all buildings with 936 ticks, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Now, in order for me to finish 936 ticks on every single building, I need 9.8 billion more invested. So my tier 1 towers are completed. Those are completely done. I finished that today. I only had a couple more, about 160 million worth or something. So that is completed, and I have 9.8 billion remaining to finish off the tier 2 and the tier 3 towers. So that'll be a big goal of mine. Once everything is completely mastered and I'm just working on making money, that'll be my goal, is finishing that off. Next is having an equal share, like I said, in Town Hall and in Training Hall. So in Town Hall, in order for me to have an equal share with everybody else, having a max Town Hall, I need 10.4 billion more. In order to have max or equal share with Training Hall, I'm going to need 12.8 billion. And then, of course, we have 2 new workers coming, and we assume that there will be towers with those, just like there was with everything else, with Ether and Jewels and all the stuff. Everything that was added to the game, there's additional towers for it. So we assume that with 2 new workers, there will also be towers for those. We assume that it's going to be tier 3 towers. Like I said, this tier 3 number there, 4.7 billion each. It just makes sense. That's what everything else added to the game has been. So with 4.7 billion each, that's another 9.5 billion, obviously. So in total, with my 936 ticks and my equal shares and everything else, I need a total of 42.4 billion more invested. So if we go back to here, another 42.4 billion added there, I will be up above 105, 106 billion invested. So that is a personal goal of mine. That is kind of me completing the game in a sense. Like, of course, you can get level 19 buildings and that sort of thing, but that requires such a huge amount of money invested into each and every single building, and I don't know if I see myself grinding the game for months and months and months, crafting the same things over and over, selling the same things over and over, just to have a higher number in investment. Like, I think at that point, I would honestly consider switching over to the newer account, just to be able to play through the game again, be more on even playing field with the majority of players, be able to have more tangible goals in front of me, and be able to make more relatable content in terms of leveling up guides and that sort of thing, and maybe even playing through the game again with restrictions. My thought was, could I play through the entire game again with only 1 of each bin ever until I hit tier 10 and I have to get more, and then I just get 1 more bin to like level 3 or level 5 or whatever it needs to be, just to get up the amount of tier 1 resources, and then just have tier 1 of, or 1 of each of everything else. So that's an idea. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but these are kind of the goals that I've set for myself that I want to complete before I complete this account, or even consider moving on in any way. But this is what it's looking like. This is kind of my goals as I move forward, and everything else will kind of play by ear, see how it goes, and potentially once all this is finished, and if I'm kind of slowing down on this account, there's not a whole lot more for me to do in game, and I've kind of wrapped it in a sense, and I don't want to grind 200 billion more gold just to have an even share in level 19 buildings, which honestly I don't think I do. It doesn't seem enjoyable to me to spend months and months and months on end, how many hours a day just to do that. So this feels like my final set of goals, which is weird. But I would love to hear your guys' feedback on that. If I've missed anything in terms of what my goals could be to finish the game, or additional things that I could do. I know, of course, with Ascensions, I mean, I could have how many more Ascension shards and try to finish every item in the game, but honestly, I'm not the person who's going to spend thousands of dollars in this game on gems just to open chests to ascend every item. It's not who I am. It's not how I play, and I don't see myself ever getting to that point. And I'm very proud of myself for the progress that I've made, and I don't know what that means for future, but that's kind of where my head is at right now, how I'm feeling in game, and what my goals are as we move forward. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. I will see you all Friday for the brand new event, and I'm excited for the new content coming forward. So anyway, have a great day, have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.